Hello everyone, my name is Grace and I am a drama therapist for CW+, and this is my next Virtual Connections video. I think this is my second or third video of 2021, and so as we begin to move into the new year, I thought it might be a nice idea to do a meditation just to start the new year with and think about how we want to grow and go through 2021. As you can see, I have some plants and flowers behind me, and that is because that is going to be a theme of today's meditation and of today's video. So we're going to be thinking about how we are going to grow like a plant or a flower might grow through 2021 and how we want to go through the year. To start with, as with all of my videos, we're going to begin with a check-in. So that is showing the people around you, if you're with other people, or just solidifying to yourself how you're feeling today. And the way we're going to do that is through a sound and a movement. So we're just going to take a deep breath together. Whether you're standing, sitting, lying down, it doesn't matter. We can all be in whatever way we would like in this video. So taking a deep breath together, in and out. And as we're breathing in and out, we're going to think of an emotion that we're feeling today, the strongest emotion that you're feeling today, as you're probably feeling a few emotions today. There's no one that kind of springs to mind. There might be many, but think about how that combination of emotions manifests in a movement and a sound, or how kind of the strongest emotion that you're feeling today would manifest in a movement and in a sound. And then once we breathe in and out, we are going to do our movement and sound together. And then we'll just take a moment after we've all done our movement and sound check-ins to reflect on what we just did and maybe think about why we did that movement and sound today. So I hope that makes sense. We are going to breathe in and out and then do our movement and sound check-in. Breathing in and out. So that was my movement and sound check-in for today. I thought about what emotions I was feeling, and then I did a movement and sound to represent those emotions and feelings of my day today. So hopefully you all did that along with me, but if not, we are going to do that one more time, breathing in and out and doing our movement and sound, so that if you didn't get a chance to do yours the first time, you can do it. And if you got a chance to do yours the first time, you can repeat it. And repeating might kind of firm up in your mind exactly what that emotion is that you're feeling today. If you're repeating, your movement and sound might change slightly, but that's okay. So let's start one more time with our check-in, breathing in and out, and then doing our movement and sound. Breathing in and out. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. We are going to do a second check-in today, and this check-in is very different to the first one that we just did. For this check-in, I am simply going to ask you a question, and that question is, if you were a flower or a plant today, what flower or plant would you be? So take a moment to have a think which flower or plant you would be today if you were one. And now it doesn't matter if you don't know the names, because I don't know names of many flowers and plants either, but if you can describe what it looks like, then that's okay too. You don't need to know the name. Or you could even take some inspiration from what I have behind me and think of which one of these you might be today if you were one of them. So let's take a moment to have a think, and then we can share our second check-in. Maybe once you've thought of which flower and plant you would be today, think about why you would be that certain one. So for me, if I was a flower or a plant today, I would be something quite similar to this spiky one here, or even this spiky one here. Just quite a spiky plant, but nothing like a holly necessarily. Just one that kind of goes out in different angles. I don't know what that plant is named. Maybe it doesn't even exist. And the reason why I think I would be that today is because it reminds me of, each leaf reminds me of different journeys and different things to do, and that's what my day has been filled with today. Different tasks that I need to complete and different journeys that I've been on throughout the day. It's been a busy day so far. So have a think about your flower and plant of today and why you feel that way, and you're very welcome in this space that I give you now to either verbalize it to yourself or to whoever that you're with at this moment. So I'll give us a moment to do that, and then we'll move on into the meditation. Thank you, everyone. We're going to start the meditation now, so I just invite you to take a seat or stand or lie in a comfortable position. And whatever position you're in, just really feel what's underneath you and feel the ground, the grass, the bed, the chair, whatever it is supporting you. And if you take your hands and just lay them on your knees or on your thighs, and you want them to be pointed up towards the sky, because it's a lot easier to breathe when your hands are up like this compared to like that. Not a lot easier to breathe, but slightly easier to breathe. And just take some breaths here. Get yourself comfortable. You're welcome to close your eyes or simply look down towards the floor, whatever you feel most comfortable with today. And I'd just like you to think about a field. Thinking about a field or a stretch of grass. It might be a garden, it might be just some soil on the floor that you've come across. And you're welcome to completely create whatever land that you wish. So the land, the field, the garden can be full of grass, or it can just be soil, brown, muddy soil. Maybe there's some stones in there. And if you're thinking about having grass in your field, in your imagination, maybe it's long grass, maybe it's short grass, perfectly cut or overgrown, whatever you feel is right for your meditation today. And start to look around this span of land. And you notice that there aren't any plants or flowers growing at all. You're looking and looking, but you can't see any in sight. Notice how you feel about that. Would you like there to be flowers and plants? Does it seem bare to you, or does it seem okay? What we're going to do is we are going to take a watering can and we are going to fill it up with water right up to the top so that it's heavy to carry. And as we walk through this stretch of land, I'd invite you to find a spot in this stretch of land where you would like to nurture and grow something. So somewhere you can pour your water so that something can grow. So find a spot that you are drawn to, a place where you feel you want to nurture in this field or stretch of land, and begin to water that part with your watering can. And once you've done that, I invite you to sit somewhere so you can watch that place, that spot that you have watered. You might sit next to it, you might sit far away, you might be right on top of it, but just sitting somewhere where you can witness this growth. And as the time moves on, you start to notice that something is peeking out of the ground. Something is growing. It might be a flower, it might be a plant. Something is growing. Notice how slowly or how quickly it is growing. Notice the colours of this flower or plant that is growing. Notice the shape and what it looks like. Perhaps it's a flower or plant that you've seen before, or perhaps it's a whole new one. And as you watch it to grow, start to recognise how it's making you feel as you watch it grow. Do you feel happy that it's growing? Is watching it grow making you feel calm, or perhaps it's making you feel anxious? Notice those feelings. And think about how you want to grow through 2021. There is great growth to be made through 2021. How would you like to grow? Which parts of yourself would you like to grow in 2021? Have a think about that for the last couple of minutes of this meditation. The parts of you you wish would grow this year. And as you are thinking of those parts of yourself that you wish to grow for this year, take a last look at the flower or the plant, and you can choose to pick it and keep it, or you can choose to leave it. It's entirely up to you. And as we begin to leave this place, just say goodbye in your own way to the field or the stretch of land that you have visited, and start to walk away from it, putting your watering can away or back where you found it as you leave. And just as you are walking away, I give you the chance to take one last look over your shoulder at the place that you are leaving. And now we are going to slowly open our eyes when you're ready. Thank you, everyone. Just take the time now to look around your space. Notice what surrounds you. And just as you're looking around your space, remember those parts of yourself for 2021 that you wanted to adapt and grow. And maybe after this session and after this video, you can write them down or journal around it or draw even, whatever helps you. Thank you very much for joining me today. The last thing we're going to do while we look around our space is notice one thing in the room or in the space that you're in that represents you in some way. So if you're at home, this might be very easy because your space is going to be surrounded by things that are yours, but maybe if you're somewhere else, this might be slightly more tricky. But try and think of something or see something, focus on something that represents you, and once you've found it, just solidify that in your mind and think about why that's a part of you and why it represents you, yourself, and your personality. Because we are coming back to ourselves now as we end the video. So thank you very much. There were some issues with my laptop throughout the video, so I really hope that doesn't translate in the film, but that's what it's like working from home at the moment. We come into all sorts of technical difficulties sometimes. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you in my next video, and hopefully in the next video we have grown just that little bit more since this one today. Thank you.